fly. Big time salute to everybody that's in the building. Continue to smash that like button as you enter. The goal is to get 100 likes on this video. And then from there, let's get it to 1,000. Big time salute to all the channel members in the building. I see So Humble City Boy in the building. Prim's dad. Let's go. I see you. L Figgy, let's go. Zach, let's go. I see all the channel members, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server people. So yeah, we are good now. Oh, let me give a big time salute to the MVP donors as well. I got to give a big time salute to my man Rock from the ATL for the Cash App. Now, Rock, you also, I'm giving you a call back. So that's something I'm going to institute too for the callers. If you donate, I'm going to give you guys call back. So Rock, you do got a free call back. Just keep in mind when you want to use it. Let me know. LD, big time salute to you, LD. And my man Hakeem the Dream, who always has a great question. I'm always looking forward to a Hakeem the Dream question, right? And that's a great name too, Hakeem the Dream. One of my favorite players from back in the day. And of course, AP. All right, big time salute to the MVP donors. So I'm gonna get into my first Knick-related topic. And I want to start with talk about the young bull, Mohamed Diouara. Okay, I want to talk about Mo D. You know, his name is a pause, but his game is spectacular. And more people are beginning to talk about this kid. Once you make it to Tim Legler's radar, because I really value what Tim Legler has to say. To me, he's one of the best former NBA analyst dudes in the game. So when he mentions your name, you're somebody. So Mo Diouara, once again, SNY. Mo Diouara has been a pleasant surprise, but has even more long-term potential. Okay, one of the most shocking positive developments from the Knicks this season has been the standout play of the 20-year-old rookie, Mohamed Diouara. Okay, when they drafted him number 51 overall. Now, the kid from the Clippers, I could never remember his name, who we actually had that pick and we traded it to the Clippers for the 51st pick. I thought that kid was nice. I'm going to try to get his name. But I thought that he was nice, right? And I was like, damn, we might have missed out because he's like 6'8". He plays point guard. I'm like, shoot. But then I had to continue to remind myself that we do got Mo Diouara, who was one of the most unique rookies I've seen that we drafted in a very long time, probably since KP. I think Mo Diouara is the most unique rookie that we've drafted ever since Kristaps Porzingis, a big guy, 6'11", who can handle the ball like a guard, but also makes good decisions. Now, does he make rookie mistakes? Of course, but he can pass, he can shoot, he defends, he can guard 94 feet. He is an anomaly. That guy is not normal. When I initially saw him, the first play that he made in Summer League, I said, yo, this kid is on the money, right? So, you know, it's not surprising to me to see him get the limelight. So I think that, you know, the people who are giving this kid praise, like I said, once you make it to Tim Legler's radar, they know about basketball. And when the Post dimed him to be the Mike Brown stopper, any opportunity I find myself to be able to push for this kid to be more in the rotation, I am. And me seeing this article here, it gave me, you know, another reason for doing so. I just think that this kid is pretty spectacular. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think this kid is pretty spectacular, and what he's been able to do thus far, really impactful in the short time that he's getting. So Diouara has earned himself in the foothold of the rotation thanks to his effort on defense and in offense. And the last 9 games, he's averaged 14.8 minutes, which is a huge, that's huge for him. A rookie in a team that's contending for a championship. So you got to give out a New York City salute to that. Right. So, and he's also averaged 6 points, 2 rebounds. But here is the key: 44.4% shooting from 3. Okay. That is impressive for a dude that's 6'11", who most of the time you look at 6'11" dudes and they don't really have any perimeter skills. This kid has all of the perimeter skills, and I'm curious to see him and his continued development. The scouting report on Diouara leading into the NBA draft was that he was a toolsy but raw wing, boasting a 6'9" frame, even though I think he's like more like 6'10", 6'11". And because he might have grew too, because he's still young. So, you know, you kids still grow until they get to like 21. Anyway, so they got 6'9" frame here, but 7'4" wingspan, super long arms, and he needs further sharpening of his skills to reach his upside. He showed flashes of off the dribble play and shooting, but they were only that as he converted 32% of his threes last year. See, this is why you can't look at numbers, man. Like, you can't look at numbers from a standpoint of it's the end all be all. You have to look at numbers from the standpoint that, okay, where are we right now in the context? Like, example, Jose Alvarado, his shooting numbers in Pelicans, I don't remember exactly what it was. I could pull it up. It probably is not as good as it's going to be with the Knicks. The reason why is because you're dealing with a trash team. So anybody that's playing on a trash team, their numbers are going to be worse for the most part, unless you're really elite. Only the really good people keep their efficiency on a bad team. Usually, average players, even good players, numbers dip when they're on a bad team. Efficiency-wise, they might score more. I'm talking about like percentage-wise because all the attention is on you, right? So I don't give a damn about 32%. The bottom line is he taking the three-point shot? See, those who understand basketball know that shooting is the easiest thing to develop. Like, you can't develop hops. You can't develop a bag unless you got some sort of a bag. Like, there's certain things that you just can't develop. Like, it's either you have it or you don't. But shooting, anybody can become a bag. We've seen it. We've seen guys work on their shooting, like Jason Kidd, somebody who wasn't that efficient early in his career. He became more efficient towards the end of his career. So him shooting 32%, if you want to rate him low for that, then, I mean, you could be missing out on a jewel because it's all about development. Once he joined the Knicks, we saw a little of him early in the regular season. He had a spot in garbage time. That's it, right? But on the random night, Brown would throw him out there in real minutes. And every time he got those minutes, to me, he showed something. He showed he could guard 94 feet. He showed that he's actually better than you think he is handling the ball. He showed he could pass, right? He showed he has IQ because, think about it. When you watch Diouara play, he's communicating to the veterans. Yo, go there. Yo, do this. I also add this in my notes. This is some hardcore fan stuff. But I say, yo, Diouara, he actually called for the ball. Because nobody calls for the ball on this team. So I had to make note of when somebody called for the ball. He actually called for the ball. See, that little subtle stuff that you do that no one else is doing makes you stand out. So I'm arguing that Diouara should be the ninth man on this team unless they sign Chris Boucher. And even if you sign Chris Boucher, are you really going to play him, right? Will he even be in the rotation? Is he just an emergency security tool a security guy for OG Anunoby? I don't know, because he wasn't getting no time nowhere else. But I think Diouara deserves that ninth man spot on this team. He gives you more size. Whether it's him, Shamet, and Jose, when Deuce gets back, okay, now you got an argument there. But while Deuce is gone, Diouara should be the ninth guy. I think he's deserved it. Right? His defense translated right away. He doesn't have the quickest first step at the point of attack, but moves laterally well. Yeah. So, and it's not about quickness. Like, it's not, oh, he's super fast. No, it's about, you could be very shifty and not be fast. Very elusive and not be fast, right? You could just have a knack of just gaining ground on the first step like MJ. But MJ was also a super athlete anyway, but that's a whole nother topic. And I shouldn't have said MJ. I should have said the ball-headed guy out of Chicago, because I can't stand them goddamn Chicago Bulls from the night. Anyway, nonetheless, defense translated. He began to utilize an understanding and try to create more blocks and steals. And the only downside has been the lack of numbers, right? He had a great performance against the All-Star Jaylen Brown. The Post called him the Jaylen Brown stopper. So what do you think about this kid? Do you think that he needs to be a fixture in the rotation? I'm going there. Yes, I am. Once again, we talked about him before, and I want to continue to the narrative on this kid because I think that is only right. Now, if you just joined the show, continue to smash the like button. We are going to talk about Coach Thibs versus Mike Brown. I'm curious to know what's your thoughts on these things. Who do you think that Mike Brown? The question is, do you really think that Mike Brown is the guy for the job? Did we fire the right guy? I'm curious to know what's your thoughts on that. We're going to get into that. I'm going to also get into your calls. I just want to touch on one other topic really quickly. I got to talk about this Sochan kid. I don't understand it. Like, I don't get why we got to be linked to this kid. You know, according to Michael Scotto, the Knicks and the Suns were among the top teams that had trade discussions involving the former Spurs forward Jeremy Sochan prior to the deadline. As I previously reported on Hoops Official, something to keep in mind is as he becomes a free agent, now that both teams have roster spot. Why do we got to be linked to this kid? Do you really want this kid? Do you really want? I just want to ask this question. Hold on, let me get this on the screen. Because we got to really look at this kid's performance and production. I'm going to keep it real. The kid had some promise. He was a starter. They were starting him at point guard in San Antonio. That was one of Greg Pop's inventions. I don't know what the hell he was thinking because this kid is definitely not a point guard. The one thing I like is he does have good size. He's 6'8", 230, but he can't shoot a lick for nothing. All right. His career numbers, I don't know what the regression was. He was averaging double-digit points his entire career. He never shot the three ball well. That's why I don't want him. He's not a three-point shooter at all. At all. Like, he doesn't have no business taking the three-point shot ever in life. He takes under one a game, okay? All right? Well, no, he's taking 1.3 now. Okay, so he's taking 1 point. Okay, whoop-de-doo. He's taking 1.3. He's shooting 25.7. He doesn't have any business shooting three ball. And we don't got time to develop this kid. I'm sorry. We just don't. All right? But he makes under a three a game. That's what I meant to say. But whatever. Nonetheless, I don't want this kid. Look at his effective field goal percentage. Trash. Busora or Busora. Suta. All my Latinos out there. How you say it? Busora, I always say it wrong. Trash. Yo, let me tell you something. Man, I don't want this kid, y'all. Now, he did average double-digit points, and he did average 6.5 rebounds. But I don't know. Is this... We need three-point shooting, y'all. He hustle. He is a hustle man. He's a hustle man. I think his defense is overrated. I don't think he's a defensive. I hadn't seen him stop nobody. I'm keeping it real. Now, I'm not saying I watch every San Antonio Spurs game, but yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, man. You know, and he is a UK dude, so he might get along with OG Anunoby. But hey, you know, he is 6'8". What do you think? I mean, I feel like between him and Chris Boucher, I feel like the Knicks are going to sign him. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know. But I just wanted to ask that question. I'm going to be back with some more and your calls. All right. After these messages. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. Big time salute. Tomorrow is going down. We have the countdown on the screen. We're less than 24 hours away from the first ever 24-hour stream. Man, it's going to be a movie. All right. And make sure you guys are there. So we have to get the likes up. Continue to smash the like button, man. We need to continue to get the likes up. We do appreciate the support. It tells the algorithm that everyone is enjoying the show. So we definitely need to get the likes up. Also, like the video says, subscribe so you could be a part of the movement. We're on the road to 10K subscribers, and 56.6% of you guys are not subscribed. So help us out and smash that subscribe button. What we'll do right now is we'll open up the phone lines, man. If you guys want to call up, 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I'm curious to know your thoughts on Coach Thibs versus Mike Brown. Are they, did we make a mistake? What are you basing it on? That's what I want to see. What are you guys going to base this discussion on? Do you guys care about Jeremy Sochan? I mean, you could call up and talk about all of the topics, how you feel about Jose Alvarado, GTA, Mr. I will steal anything and everything. Well, not anything, but you know, when it comes to basketball. Okay. And Mitchell Robson as well. To all the Mitchettes, this can be a Mitchett show if you wanted to. All right. So phone lines are officially open. And what I'll do is I'll put the number here as well. When I vacillate, go back and forth, you guys can see the number. Do appreciate all the support. Let me see who's in the building. All my MVP donors, big time salute. Of course, Maxine, the super producer, she's laughing about something. Oh man, we got the NBA economy in the building. He will be in the building. Uh-oh, and look, we got the brother on the line. Hey, Fritz, what's going on?
Hey, Ron, this is Fritz.
Hey, can you hear me? Hold on. Let me make sure you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, man. How's it going, brother?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to
man, you ready
Fanathon,
for the? Because you said that you
want
wanted to come on
the tapping in.
Right, yeah. So, because you said that you was going to be on the night show. You know, you ready for the late the grind?
The grind, yeah.
Mm-hmm. you gonna be ready for it?
Yeah. So it's probably like Saturday morning, 2 a.m. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay. All right, yeah. So as long as you ready, we ready, man. But what's going on, man? How you feeling today?
I'm doing good. Yes, Jeremy Sochan been the hot topic over the last day. Yeah, I think I don't think he's gonna be a Knick, but
Right.
for us, he's an extra. Like, if this was a couple months ago, maybe Jeremy Sochan could see just rocking for us for the rest of the year. But Diouara, that's his spot. Like that is Diawara's spot, and if anything, I want to give Diouara more minutes for this role. So if he wants to come here and he wants to be situational, That's one thing. Um, but I don't think that's most likely. If in his best interest, and I think he's going to serve his best interest, is to get to a team
Mm-hmm.
that either gives him one of two things. Either you give me lots of playing time, where I can go with that playing time, I can this summer go out and get paid,
Right.
or a team that, hey, I got a lot of cap space this summer. Let me prove my worth, and then I'm gonna sign with you this summer. That's the only
Okay.
two. Like, that's his best interest to do that. Um, I don't see how New York serves either of those two interests.
Right. I agree. So let him go to Phoenix.
Yeah, go to Phoenix. Like, honestly,
Please.
I think he would best serve go to the Bulls, go to Milwaukee, um, go to one of those two teams. They'll give you plenty of time.
Yeah.
If you go to
100%.
Chicago, they got 100 million. They got a whole bunch of money to spend. Go to Chicago.
Yep. Get out of our hair, please.
Yeah. So, but also like Sohan, you're not gonna play him with Mitchell Robinson, even though they both good defender. Mitchell Robinson, bad free throw shooter. Sohan, bad free throw shooter. Mitchell Robinson doesn't shoot. Sohan can't shoot.
Right.
So like, yeah, so you're taking like him and Mitch are out of the equation. So you can only play him with Cat. It's just not a good look.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But if this was 2 months ago,
10
oh yeah, I
seconds.
would man, I'd be like jumping for joy. But like Diawara has definitely filled that role, and we know we're gonna bring Diawara back next year. Um, so yeah, it doesn't. It's not something that I know Knicks fans like having things for free, but this doesn't really help him, and it can it's insurance, but he's not going somewhere where they just need a situational player.
Right. Big time. But Fritz, I appreciate the insight. I look forward to talking with you more because we gonna be in the vampire hours, brother. So
Yep. All
it's going down, man. I appreciate you, brother.
right,
All
no
right.
problem. All right,
All right, man. Big time salute.
all right, bye bye.
All right, that's my man Fritz from the NBA Economy. He's going to be on with me in the wee hour. You see how he broke down this Jeremy Sohan, so you already know we're going to be bringing that fire late. He's going to be on the late leg of the Fanathon, and yeah, it's going to be lit. Now, my only question is, I thought that because the sound, I'm not hearing you guys hear it, so everything on your end is perfect, but the callers are not hearing the sound. So I'm gonna be troubleshooting that behind the scenes. But I'm talking about the clock. They're not hearing the clock, so I got to troubleshoot that. But nonetheless, you can still call up 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion, and I'm curious to know where you guys stand right now on any of the topics we talked about, whether it be Jeremy Sohan, whether it be um Jose Alvarado, who I'm about to get to in a second. You guys can let the calls continue to come in. And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. What your thoughts are. All right. Now, as far as Coach Thibs and Mike Brown, I'm going to say this one thing. Last season, do you think that last season's team is better, or I don't like the okay, well you can answer that too if you think last year's team is better, but do you think that last year's team is outperforming this year's team? How about that? Instead of just looking at it as better or worse, do you think that they are outperforming last year's team? I'm curious to know what you guys also think about that as well. I'm gonna go back in the research mode because I'm gonna touch on Mitchell Robinson to block this monster in between you guys' calls. Now, Mitchell Robinson, he's someone who he's in that very interesting scenario because while we know his value, and you guys know I'm on the Mitchell Robinson train, right? Big time salute. I'm right it out with. I'm not a Mitch yet. I'm not nobody's. I'm objective, man. I got to be able to get off the train and come back on the train when I need to, right? Because there's gonna be times where I'm gonna have to be critical of Mitch, but there's gonna be times where I'm gonna praise Mitch, right? So I felt like the Knicks did the right decision by not trading Mitchell Robinson because you've seen what he did last night as an example. Now, the counter to that is, well, he did it for Joel Embiid for one quarter, but we can't act like we didn't see what happened the second time around when they ran that God forbid, the God-forsaken double big lineup, and Embiid completely schooled both Towns and Mitch, right? So which Mitch shows up? We need the Mitch that showed up last night to show up when we go up against a potential Joel Embiid playoff match of Philadelphia once again in the first round. You know those guys don't like you. This time they got a little bit more help, even though Embiid is not as well, he was hurt when we saw him that time too. So it's probably the same level of Joel Embiid health-wise, but Paul George is now on this team, and we've seen what Paul George has done to us in the past in that Indiana Pacers series like 12 years ago with Melo. So Paul George, we know he has experience. He's a veteran, and to see him in the first round of a playoffs with Joel Embiid, as old and washed as you think they are, it's still something that appears to be formidable on paper. Now, does it mean that we won't beat them? I don't know. But the key to what I'm saying is that Mitchell Robinson has to produce. He has to hit his free throws the way he did last night. The free throws was the most important thing to me for Mitch last night, because when those teams run the hack of Mitch, because you're going to need Mitchell Robinson on the floor. You're going to need Mitchell Robinson on the floor. And if he's not on the floor, then now Towns, you got to pray he's not in foul trouble. And also, do you guys notice Karl-Anthony Towns' defense? Some of you guys may say his defense is improved. I don't think Towns' defense is improved. I think that he's just doing a better job at not fouling. He still complains to the refs, but not as much. Those are the two key elements to keep Towns in line. His defense is not that bad, believe it or not. People think his defense is bad. It's really not that bad. It's the fouls. He's a foul liability. So as long as he keeps his fouls in check and he's not arguing with the refs, he'll be fine. But now you need a focused Towns if you're not going to have a dominant Mitch on the glass and just defending in the paint against big-time matchups, whether it be Jokic, that's what we're going to need Mitch for. That's why I said, we need to keep him, right? But looking forward a little bit now that we're at the All-Star break, we got some time to think. There's no more games, right? We got an All-Star weekend. Some of you guys care about it. Some of you guys don't. But, Mitchell Robinson, hanging on to him doesn't guarantee he'll return next season. He'll lean on free agency technically. In actuality, he won't leave because he can't leave, not after the trade deadline happening, right? Now, there's been a flurry of moves. There's 3 teams that's projected to have money this summer, okay? And this is according to Keith Smith of Sports Track. Big time salute to Sports Track. You guys know, to all the people that watch the channel, we go on Sports Track every day. Sports Track is the best salary website, hands down. Anyway, now, so 3 teams projected to have spending power that clocks above the non-taxpayer mid-level, okay? And so this is a far cry from the 10 squad. Remember, this was something I talked about because this was also well reported that 10 teams would have money. But, and Fritz, we could talk more about this on our segment for the Fanathon. The reason why, and Fritz may have a different angle or different reasoning behind this, but one of the reasons why I think, based on what I've seen, why teams are spending, will have less money to spend is because they're more content on paying the guys they have rather than going into free agency and signing somebody new. And they also rather trade in season for assets, whether it be Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Knicks in the summer. Oh, yeah, let me not go there. But I do got an interesting clothing lines about to come out. Maxine might laugh when she. Anyway, nonetheless, this is why the free agent market is not what it was. And this is why I think that this trend will continue, that teams are more willing to just re-sign the guys they have rather than going into free agency, risking it all for a guy. Because remember, back in the day, you would have a guy like Dwight Howard, right? Let's say he has free agency. There's like 7 teams on his radar. What happens to the 6 teams that don't get him? Now you got to pivot and try to get something else, and you're not going to get that Dwight Howard play. So now instead of dealing with that, I'd rather send a package for Dwight Howard so that I can guarantee that Dwight Howard will be with me versus trying to wait for the summertime. So I think that's what a lot of what's going on. And also apron politics. So like when you make certain moves in the summertime, it hard caps you at that apron. So this is why I keep telling people about the Giannis trade. If you think that in the summertime, we're going to have to trade less people per se, maybe not the quality package has to be as high because you get a more desperate Milwaukee, but because you're going to be hard capped at that second apron, meaning you can't enter it once you do the deal for Giannis, then now you're going to have to be creative. Right? And so this is why the teams are looking to, trade for the asset versus signing the asset. So what does this mean for Mitchell Robinson? And of course, the Knicks can't afford to lose Mitchell Robinson. And now they won't have to, because now if there's only going to be 3 teams with money, it makes a guy like Mitchell Robinson, it drops his value. Because now the Brooklyn Nets and whoever the other 2 teams are, they're going to be focusing their resources on that one guy or that high valued guy to bring in. So these other little secondary tier or third tier guys, they get signed for the low. That's what we seen happen last summer. That's how we was able to get Jordan Clarkson up the buyout, Dame Lillard for the low, all of these guys for the low, because 1, nobody ain't got no money anyway. 2, a lot of these guys get bought out, so they already got most of their money already. So now this is just supplementary income. And so that's what Mitchell Robinson is facing. So I just wanted to give an update because I did talk about this before, but now it's projected that 3 teams, only 3 instead of 10, will have significant cap space. And these are the 3 teams. The Lakers at $48.2 million, but they're focused on stars. They're not focused on Mitchell Robinson. The Brooklyn Nets at $45 million. I said that. And the Chicago Bulls at $34 million. Now listen to this. The Lakers are the only team that may use Mitch, but I don't know. Is Mitchell Robinson an upgrade to DeAndre Ayton? I don't know. I don't know if Mitch is an upgrade to DeAndre Ayton. But the Nets also have Nicholas Claxton. Is Mitchell Robinson an upgrade to Nicholas Claxton? I don't know. He might be. I don't know. I don't know. So you got to factor that into the consideration. Now, Chicago could be interesting because they dealt away Vujacic. And maybe Chicago sees Mitch as that missing piece. But I don't know. As the article indicates, the center market is pretty deep. And I know a guy that will be on the market that's going to command a whole lot of money. And he did it to us. And that man's name is Isaiah Hartenstein. Because I don't think that the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to re-sign him, thus making my argument that I made 2 years ago that Hartenstein could have made more money with the Knicks than OKC stand true, because they offered him 3 years, $87 million, but that last year wasn't guaranteed. So that really is a 2-year 57. We offered him a guaranteed 4 years, 72. But I digress. Nonetheless, we'll see. But Hartenstein, I think, is more valuable than Mitchell Robinson. Hate to bust his bubble, but if I'm Chicago and I got to choose between Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein, I'm going with Hartenstein. All right? So that's the quagmire with Mitchell Robinson. All right? That is the quagmire with Mitchell Robinson. But I'm curious to know your thoughts, man. Call up 646-995-8389. And also, if you can't call up, I do understand because you guys are at work or anything like that. You're also sending a super chat. And that will take place of your call because I know you guys are at work. It's midday. Boss is getting on your damn nerves. You just want to listen to the show. And yeah. Chris Dad is funny, yo. Chris Dad says, say no to hooking. What are you talking about, Chris Dad? Big time salute to the channel members in the building. Big time salute. Oh my God. Let me go back and do research. Anyway, it's a pleasure having you back around, Crims Dad. Definitely a pleasure having you back around. I'm gonna jump into the Brooklyn boy too. Jose, Grand Theft Alvarado. At first, when I first heard that nickname, I didn't know that it was because he gets a lot of steals. I'm like, what are they trying to say? Are we stereotyping? I'm like, what's going on? Grand Theft Auto. But then I seen him play, and that steal that he does when he hides in the corner, I get it. It's a grand theft. Yo, I love it. It's like guys don't even, like, you see this guy. I know everyone sees the highlight, but I guess you're not really thinking in the flow of the game, and that's how he catches you. It's like he runs to the corner. And then silent feet just comes. You can't hear the footsteps. It just comes and takes it from you, man. I love it. I love that energy that Alvarado brings. It's fire to me. But look, hit the bench weapon, Jose Alvarado posts a stat line never done before in NBA history. All right. So here is the stat line. He is the first player in NBA history to record 25 plus points, 8 plus threes, and 5 plus steals in a game off the bench. The man is making history, and he only played in 3 games. Big time salute to the brother. That to me is incredible. In his 3rd game, I love it. I mean, the brother plays really good defense. And see, this is something that Jordan Clarkson has to understand. We know that you get buckets. You're a bucket getter. But what happens when you don't get buckets? Because I'm going to keep it real. Jose Alvarado could have had 6 points. He could have had 6 points. But if he gives me 5 steals and 2 money threes, and those 6 points are just 2 money threes, that's a good game. Jordan Clarkson, what happens when you're not knocking down the shot? What else are you doing out there? He's getting more rebounds, Clarkson. I give him credit for the rebounds. I bumped his grade up a half a grade when I did the player grades. He's also given effort on D. I'm not saying that he's not trying at all. He's just not good at it. And unfortunately, this game is about results. And if you're not delivering the results, you could find yourself out of the rotation. I talked about Clarkson the other day. One thing I'm going to say about Clarkson really quickly is that Jordan Clarkson is somebody who was cheering last night. He was applauding. He was in the Jose Alvarado post-game interview. He said something to the camera. And then he also was smiling in the defensive player of the game picture. So I don't think Clarkson is like disgruntled like that. I'm keeping it real. I think he's handling it like a true pro. He's not taking it out on his teammates because those responses are optional. You don't have, like, if you're really disgruntled, I don't think you're just going to be vibing with your teammates like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe he is disgruntled with Mike Brown and he's channeling his energy in the right direction, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. but at least it's not hurting the player chemistry because he's bigging up and he's saluting his man's Jose Alvarado. And that's what you got to do. You always got to be a player appreciator, okay? Not a hater. We got too many haters out there. I can never support the hate. I only can support people who appreciate. And that's what we do on this channel. We don't hate at all. So Jose Alvarado, man, he's incredible, yo. I also don't mind him and Brunson together. I just don't like him, Brunson, and Clarkson together. I don't like it. I really don't. I think that it's just too small. But Alvarado, because here's the logic, right? And this is what people like don't understand about Brunson, right? Brunson rarely guards the opposing team's point guard. I know he spent some time on Maxey last night. Brunson's always guarding the two guards or the next guy in line or the small forward who's weak, right? Brunson rarely guards SGA. This is not NBA 2K where point guards guards point guards, which is something that hopefully they patch that. I don't know. To all the 2K people, I hadn't played 2K in like 2 years, so I don't know what the recent update is. But it used to annoy me that if we're playing against Dallas and Dallas has Luka, Brunson has to guard Luka. Like, why is that? Why can't the AI be smart enough to know, oh yeah, let me switch it up and put Grimes on Luka or something like that? It's just weird. I didn't get it. Anyway, nonetheless, Brunson doesn't guard the opposing point guard anyway. That would be Jose's job. So if Jose's out there, he guards Maxey. He guards whoever it is, right? And then Brunson will guard Dyson Daniels and all these other guys. You feel me? So, we do got a caller. Hey, what's going on? El Figgy, talk to me.
What's going on? What's going on, chat? It's a good day to be a Knicks fan, man.
Great day to be a Knicks fan. What's going on, man? You see we got a whole lot of topics. Where you want to go?
Let's go to the obvious one first, man. Jose Alvarado. I think
Let's go.
I think he's exactly what we needed. I think he's an edgy guy. I love that he went to bat for Mitch last night.
Thanks.
I thought that was beautiful. I think he's basically sending a message. He's drawing a line in the sand. He's like, look, I get it. You want to foul my guy. You want to play the hack of Mitch, but you're not going to throw him down to the ground like that in front of me.
Yep. 100%. That's what we've been missing, and he brings it.
You're not going to get that handsy with him. We draw fouls. We're not going to put somebody on the ground, especially we know, Mitch has had some injury issues, and he's saying, nah, that's not going to fly with me while I'm standing right here. And I love that. And to your point, I think Jordan Clarkson, I think they're buddies, man. To me, he was one of the only guys that, yeah, he didn't want to see a fight. He was trying to get in the middle, but he was also coming to bat for Jose. He wasn't just standing there trying to hug up and break it up. He was like, no. Come on, put your hands down.
Yep. Nah, you're on the money with that. Yeah, great point. Yeah, I just didn't see the energy towards the players. Now, is it possibly there towards the coaches? I would probably think so, but at least he's channeling right. Like he's not just I'm just gonna be outcast. I'm going to throw shade on this guy. He's coming in here stealing the light. No, I want to see you do well, and I salute that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Jordan Clarkson, I think he's a good locker room guy. I know he was friends with Josh Hart out when they played in LA together. I like Clarkson. I'm a little disappointed, obviously. I think we expected more from him. Hey, maybe Jose Alvarado's that little spark that'll even get the rest of the guys kind of behind him, like, let's go, let's scrap, let's fight, let's claw towards these wins, man. Let's never give up. That's sometimes you need a guy like that in there to inject some energy, and I like it.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Do you also want to talk about Coach Thibs and Brown?
Sure.
What's your thoughts on that? I'm curious to know.
Definitely. I think that it was time. I think we had to move on from Tom Thibodeau. That was absolutely time to go. I don't think we would know who Mo Diouara is today if Thibs was still coaching. I believe that. Okay.
Good point.
Thibs had a record of not trusting guys. He likes to wear out our starters. We know how that goes. He buries the rookies out in Westchester. It doesn't matter how far along they've come. He just is not known for developing young talent. He doesn't have that eye to say, oh man, this kid's showing me something. I think Mike Brown he said it. He goes, yo, he's showing me something in practice. I'm gonna let him, come out and get some minutes tonight. I'm
Right.
cool with that. I'm still not completely convinced. The jury's still out whether, Mike Brown is the coach to get us to the mountaintop. I'm not sure if that's going to
Mm,
happen yet. I think the jury's still out because he does some boneheaded things. Sometimes he doesn't call those timely challenges that we need to kind of, switch up momentum. And I see other coaches do it. And I'm like, man, why don't you challenge that? If he challenges that, we get a stop here, we win the challenge. That can
right.
move things around. He doesn't do that at times. It's frustrating. His player rotation really gets my head scratching some nights.
So-
I'm like,
oh
man, why
God.
why are you calling this guy out? He's got the hot hand or whatever it is. But I
Hmm.
do think that he listens to his players, and I think that's an important part of coaching. And I think we had to move on from Thibs. Thibs, I appreciate you, man. I respect you. You brought an identity to our team in New York, and I love you for it. I will forever be grateful to Tom Thibodeau for what he did. But he got us as far. That's as far as we were gonna go with him.
Right.
And it's
Figgy,
what it
I
is.
appreciate it, man. Great call. Again, get your final thought off. Get your
No,
final
no,
thought.
I think we're moving in the right direction. I think that bringing on Jose Alvarado was I'm telling I think the Knicks won the trade. I think the Knicks won the trade deadline. I'm very happy right now. I think we're moving in the right direction. I'm dying to see the Detroit Pistons again now, man. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Well, you ain't gotta wait too long. As soon as we get back on the 19th. But I appreciate you, Figgy. Great call. All right.
Yeah, let's go Knicks, guys.
Let's go Knicks. Great call. Great call. She brought up a good point because Maxine noticed this the other day that you guys were talking about Thibs and Mike Brown. So we thought we should revisit the conversation. And she was like, yo, the guys were going in, and there's a contingent of you guys out there that want Thibs back or felt like Thibs was wrong. Maybe not want him back, but you guys felt like, he shouldn't have been fired. So that's what we want to know. I mean, Mike Brown versus Coach Thibs, what say you? Let us know. 646-995-8389. Last year, if I could give my Coach Thibs people a bone, let me see where hold on. Trying to get my stats from last year. Hold on. So cause I wanna give my Coach Thibs people a bone, and then I'm gonna give my Mike Brown people a bone too. So just so I could be even, I am the objective fan. But I do want to give the Coach Thibs people something because up until this point last season, right? Up until this point last season, last year's team is doing better than this year's team. That's just a fact. If I can find my stuff, I'm not sure where the hell I put it. But last year's team is, if you want to look at the standings of it and the stats of it, last year's team is outperforming this year's team. I don't know what I did with it. I gotta find it. I think we're like a game or two behind last year's team because during where we are right now, last year's team uh, uh went through a win streak. They won like 8 games in a row. I'm gonna get that for you. But so Coach Thibs is doing a better job if you want to base it on record. If you want to base it on record, Coach Thibs did a better job up until this point last season, and I know that's some of what those guys are looking at when we're talking about the Coach Thibs versus Mike Brown, which honestly does matter. It plays a role because right now we're 35-20. I'm gonna get last year's record up here. We're 35-20 now. So last year, I'm pulling it up because I don't know where I did with my research mode. I mean my notes from last year, but I gotta find that. So last year up until this point, if we're 35-20, we were 35-18, 37-18 to be exact. Okay. And like I said, this team was winning some games before they went on a 2-game losing streak. So there's an opportunity for us to catch up. But I'm just letting you know that Coach Thibs, 37-18, is better than 35-20. Okay. What does that mean to you? Does that matter? Let me know your thoughts on that, okay? I'm going to revisit this conversation, but I want to also add to the Alvarado arc really quickly because this brother Alvarado, I believe that him and Brunson together is going to make him better. Somebody called in yesterday. I can't remember who it was. They said, oh, do you think that Alvarado is going to make Brunson more motivated? I said, nah. Captain 11, man, he's somebody who he's self-motivated. He comes from Mamba mentality, even though he has the Master Miyagi style where he's not really, like, he'll say things like, oh, we don't want him to roll the dice, in reference to Trae Young rolling the dice. If we don't want him to roll the dice, then we should have won the game, because winning the game prevents him from rolling the dice. Instead of saying, yeah, I can't stand that dude, or, you know, something like that. Next time I see him, I'm like, no. You know, he's very stoic and he responds that way. But on the floor, he's coming for your blood. So I don't think Jalen Brunson needs motivation from anybody. But Jose, I'm not going to say he needs motivation. I'm going to say I think when he sees Jalen Brunson putting in that hard work, it's going to give him some inspiration. And listen to what his all-star break plans are, okay? So, no days off for the Knicks hometown kid. He said, no break for me. I'm going to try to stay here, get a lot of reps in, just get comfortable with everything, offense, defense, and get a good rhythm. This is what he told Ian Begley. Because once I start doing that, I can be a little bit more like myself. And that's scary if he just set a record in his third game back and he's not like himself yet. So imagine what he's going to look like when he's himself. Somebody left a comment on the channel, and honestly, I'm going to make that the comment of the week. They said, oh, wait till you see the real Alvarado or something. It was like a negative comment. And I'm like, well, I don't think the real Alvarado could be any worse than what he was in that Pacers game. I don't think he could be any. I mean, I think we've seen the worst of Alvarado in the Pacers game, but he still had good moments in the Pacers. See, for me, especially for bench players, I don't care about stats like scoring, because a lot of us look at scoring and that's how we judge players. I don't judge players by scoring solely. I think that you need to get buckets. And I think 10 points is a good baseline. I think anyone who averages under 10 points, there has to be a special context as to why they can't get to the 10-point mark. You know, you're a backup point guard. You know, backup point guards don't score that much. But I feel like 10 points is the barometer of a good player. I don't think you need to average 20 to be a good player, but you should at least get 10 points, right? And so I don't really give a damn about his shooting. I mean, he could get 5 steals and don't hit a shot, but those 5 steals will be spectacular. You know? And then another thing too about Jose that I really like, and this is something that you can't teach. It has to be within you. And this is kind of that Brooklyn stuff too. I ain't gonna lie. This is a little bit of Brooklyn right here. I may have turned over the ball. I may have thrown a bad pass, but I'm gonna get it back. I may have made a bad pass, an embarrassing play, turned it up, but I'm going to get it back. And that's what Jose does. Every time he turns the ball over, he either gets a stop or a turnover. Every time. He did it last night. Dude stole it from him. He went, got it back. Took it back from him. Yeah, take that. Brooklyn stuff. You know what I'm saying? Big time salute to Jose, man. Representing. I love Jose. I love the way he plays, bro. I love it. Seriously. Like, it's just the... See, that right there, you can't teach that. Like, you gotta be built that way. I'm gonna go get that. And I'm gonna work so hard. Even if I get a foul, I don't care. You're not just gonna take the ball from me and I'm gonna allow you to just go get a layup. It's a beautiful thing. So I think Brunson is gonna really unlock the monster out of Jose, because when he see Brunson working and he say, yo, Brunson, can I come work with you? I just want to get better. That's just what it's going to be. And then now Brunson got a dude that defends very well, that he could practice all his stuff. It's like iron sharpening iron. They're going to sharpen each other's iron. I would love to see their workout if they work out together. I would love to see it. It'd probably be some of the best workouts you ever see in basketball, you know? And so he will be spending his all-star break at the Knicks practice facility. Okay? No breaks for me. Just trying to get the reps in and just get comfortable. So, yeah, man. I mean, man, he knows that we got the Detroit Pistons on Amazon Prime on the 19th. So let me make sure I'm ready. Man. Big time salute to Jose, man. I love it. So everybody else going to be on vacation, going to Bermuda or wherever the hell they going, that brother going to be working. You got a call. Hello, Rock. What's going on?
Well, okay, it was good, man.
Hey, man, everything good, man. Big thank you for that, the Cashapp, man. I just wanted to let you know you got a free call back. You don't got to use it now, but whenever you're ready to use it, you can, brother. But what's good, man? Talk to me.
Oh, yeah. The person that made the negative comment about Alvarado, I don't understand that. What's that about? Maybe they don't personally like him, but no one has everyone said good things about him, so I'll dismiss that. But far as coaches go, damn, I'll go with Thibs in the short term because when Cat came in, he really had Cat going. That's why I think the record was better.
Yeah.
But Mike Brown in the long run because he's more in the developmental stage, and that's gonna pay dividends in the playoffs when you got to go to your bench, especially if anyone gets injured, because those guys are already warmed up and they have some confidence already.
Right. Nah, 100%.
Yeah, and far as Alvarado, like you said, the captain, he's self-motivated. He internalizes pain. Karate man, bleed from the inside.
Yeah, Master Miyagi style.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's gonna unlock Cat.
All
Because
right, okay.
if you remember that little dust up, when he went back to the bench, I was seeing Cat smiling. They was pounding each other, and people get down on Cat. He probably feels it, and I never seen really no one really support Cat like that. Even when he got into it with Draymond, Alvarado's not gonna let that go down. Alvarado's gonna be his big little brother, and
That's
he's gonna show
facts.
that love and that support to the point even when Cat is lackadaisical against an opponent. Say, yo, Cat, what you doing, man? This dude ain't got you, man. Yo, beast this dude, man. What you doing, man? Don't let them dudes be clowning you, man. Yo, go at this dude, man. Go at this dude. And he's gonna be the
100%.
only one on that team that could do that.
Yep.
And
I agree.
And I hope he could do the same thing to Bridges too, because he gets lackadaisical too. So he's gonna be that voice. He's gonna be that enforcer. So that's the good he's gonna do. And like you said, it's the Brooklyn thing where he said, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because in the playgrounds, I wasn't a good scorer, but I was a hell of a defender. My thing was, oh, you smiling? Okay, you ain't scoring the next 3 plays. I'll make it realistic. And I'm gonna do whatever I did. Especially, I always had some weight on me, a little bit of weight on me. I said, okay, big man, you're not getting that rebound. I'm gonna make you feel my weight. Just those
100%.
little things, man.
The subtle things, man. See, those things like we learn coming up. Like you just like you can't be taught it as a pro. Like you gotta come up with that.
Yeah.
And if you don't come up with it, you don't got it. But go ahead.
Right. And like you said, most people just see scoring, they just see numbers, but the little intricacies, the nuances, and let's face it, the greatest coaches was never star players. It didn't work for Isaiah, it didn't work for Larry Bird. It's the Phil Jacksons.
Right.
Those guys who was at the end of the bench where they could absorb everything and see everything, because when you're a superstar, when you can perform, you can't necessarily how should I say it? Think it out the way somebody who don't have that talent can think it. You just know how to perform.
Right. You just naturally gifted. You're not a teacher of it. It's just you just have it. It's like you can't explain it.
Right. It's just like a lot of rappers. They can see street stuff go down, but they not in the mix. They on the outside. They got a cousin or somebody that's in the street.
Right.
Like
right.
Nas, he can paint a picture, illustrate the whole thing, and we can hear it on the song, and it'll play beautifully in your mind like a movie. Like, damn, he must have
Right.
really been in the street. I said, nah, he wasn't really in the street because he wouldn't be free to be able to do that. But
Do that.
the way
Right.
his mind works, he can put together a scenery because based on things he saw in the street on the outside.
Right.
You know.
100%, man. I appreciate the call, Rock, man. Remember, whenever you want, you can use the call back. Just let me know.
Okay, bro. Have a good one.
Big time salute, man. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. That's my man, Rock from the ATL. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I don't know what's going on with my clock, but it is what it is. We just rocking out how we rock out. Oh, hold on. Bugging out. Call the voicemail. Let me keep the calls coming. If I do miss your call, I will call you back as well. Just for the new people who don't know. Hey, how's it going, Moses? What's good, man? Talk to me.
Man, that dude Alvarado.
Let's go.
I mean, bro, he looked like Leon Rose. Just went back to that Leon Rose. How can I say it? The master man something just came back to him. That's what it sounded like to me. It looked like, bro, I can't get rid of Leon Rose. I'm sorry what people say, bro, because he knows what the hell he's doing.
People said to get rid of Leon Rose?
I mean, some fake page somewhere.
Oh, yeah, we don't got to name no names. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're not.
It is what it is.
Names. Somewhere on Facebook, crap, you know. But here's the thing: as far as they say, fire Thibs or Mike Brown, who's the better coach? Well, listen. If like Stephen A. said, if Thibs would have played the bench more, right, would have trusted his bench, and his bench would have been productive, then he would have still been here.
That's true.
You know. But the thing is, he wasn't trusting his bench. That was the problem. So I'm not saying that who's the better coach. Is it Mike Brown or Thibs? To be honest with you, the coach can't really. I mean, how much more can you ask the coach to do if you ain't got the right pieces of players?
Bingo.
You know. So it's like, yo, the reason why we got beaten by the Pacers last year is not because it's not the guards' fault, really. It's because we didn't have enough size. You know, again, I keep saying we got enough guards on here. We need a big man. We need like a power forward or a center. We don't need to be going after no more guards. Just need to.
Please don't.
We just need a center. We got enough guards here. Like what you gonna call him? McBride, Deuce McBride, Deuce for the loose. Just take as much vacation time you want. When you come back, please be in shape. Nah, I'm not dissing him. You understand?
Okay.
But we want him to come back safely.
Right. That's true.
Just
that's true.
Come back safely. You understand? But until then, Alvarado is taking your place right now. Not again. I'm not dissing him. You understand? But now I would love to see how Alvarado and Deuce McBride will work the backcourt off the bench.
Right.
How's it gonna work?
I think it'll work well. I just don't. What I don't want to see is Deuce, Alvarado, and Brunson all on the floor at the same time.
No. It cannot be. It cannot.
But that's what he's doing. That's what Mike Brown has been doing. He's been running Clarkson with them, and I'm like, oh God. So that's the only thing I don't want.
You think they should get rid of Clarkson or no?
Nah, it's too late. Because you might need him for the playoffs. You might need
one last thing I'm gonna say is, do you think Mike Brown is a better coach for this team than Thibs? Who do you think is better, Mike Brown or Thibs? To me, I would say if Thibs would have played the bench more, again, he would have still been here. You understand?
Right.
So
no, that's a strong point.
Because remember, when Thibs was here, the team was that our defense was so tough. Teams were scared to come score against us. You know, so again, who you think is better?
Look, man, I appreciate the call, Moses. As always, I'm gonna answer it on after you hang up. All right? Yeah, I appreciate you, Moses.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I don't want to see those three guards on a court together because
please don't.
Well. Because hopefully when OG, I forgot OG and then OB was out. And Mitchell was out. So if all we gotta do is stay healthy, that's pretty much it.
And what was the question again? You said who was the better coach? Was it straight up who's the better? Okay.
Thibs or Mike Brown? Who you think is
got
better?
It, man. I got you, Moses. I appreciate you.
Care, man.
Big time. So I'm gonna answer that question. I think they're on the same level. I don't think you could make a compelling argument for either one of them to be like you might could say, well, Thibs has more wins. I mean, does that mean you're more better? You probably just had more opportunity. Does that necessarily make me better? No. Or Mike Brown went to more finals, right? Or went to the finals. Thibs didn't go to the finals. So does that make him a better coach? But Mike Brown had LeBron James. If Coach Thibs had LeBron James, you don't think he would have went to the final? Like, for me, I don't want to give away too much of the story. I still want some of you guys to call up. So, yeah, keep the calls coming in. But for me, I'm going to say this. I think that for the collaboration, because they keep talking about this collaboration that I'm still confused on. I don't really understand the details of it. You know, Mike Brown has to discuss with Leon Rose his lineups. Maybe that's standard. I don't know. It just sounded, I'm not going to lie. I think it was me and JJP and YC. We was in the Discord and they presented it. And, you know, if it wasn't JJP, my bad. But we presented it. Somebody put the article up there and we laughed. I said, yo, like, this is kind of funny because it just sounds funny. Like, oh, yeah, I want to check with Leon Rose so he won't be surprised what my lineups are going to be. I'm like, is that standard? So they keep talking about a collaboration. If I had to pick who's best for the collaboration, which is this team, I'm going to say Mike Brown. Hey, Randall. What's going on, Randall? Talk to me, brother.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Man, it's going good, man. Hey, we talking about Knicks on in the afternoon. What say you? It's a whole lot of topics. We could talk about Mike Brown. Where you want to go?
Okay, about Mike Brown. The current Knicks under Mike Brown is definitely better offensively because under Thibs, we wasn't putting up points the way we are now.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I'm gonna say this about Thibs though. Did I want Thibs gone after the end of last season? Yes, I did.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna say this though. Mike Brown wasn't on my top 5 list of people, but to coach the team. But you know, so far, you know, we still doing good though.
Yeah.
Better offensively. But under Thibs, though, the defense was better under Thibs, though. Because there was seasons under Thibs, we would shoot horribly. Had problem scoring, but we would still get the win because of defense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Under this squad, if we don't hit shots, we in trouble.
Okay. I get the arc there. So you saying with this squad, because it's more of an offensive squad, do you think Mike Brown is better suited for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Because that's another angle you could go in. Well, this is more of an offensive squad, so Thibs may be he might be better under different circumstances. But okay. I respect it. So how do you feel about the fact that Mike Brown is ahead of Coach Thibs right now? I mean, I'm sorry, he's behind where Coach Thibs is. So last year's team was 37-18. This year we're 35-20. Does that sway you anyway?
We playing under a whole different system.
Okay.
So it's got, you know, it's been a little bit of adjustment period. You fully can't judge Mike Brown till once the season is over.
That's another good point. But people don't care. They doing it right now. They don't care. They all over the place with it. I seen it.
Play out.
That's what you should do. That's what you should do. You should let the season play out, but people already got their minds made up. And you know, I don't understand having your mind made up. You should be able to change your mind when you get more evidence. I don't understand that. I don't get it, but
because round about time the playoffs, know what I'm saying? The Knicks could be playing much better under Mike Brown's system.
See, and that's what, like, we don't know what the finishing result. Like, all right, so we went to the Eastern Finals. Now we go to the finals. So now what do you got to say? We might have lost more games, but we went to the final. Now what do you got to say?
Right.
So I don't know. I just feel like people need to relax. I'm riding with you. I think that you're on the money. Any final words you want for the people?
No, that's it for now.
I appreciate you, Randall, man. Knicks Tape Madness Discord channel member, man. I might do another show too today. So if you want to call back later, you could always get back on, brother. Big time.
All right. Later.
All right. Salute. Yeah, big time salute to everybody in the building. Continue to smash that like button. We're talking about Mike Brown versus Coach Thibs. Did we fire the right guy? Would say you. I want to add to something what Randall just said. He said that the system is new for Brown, so that's why it's a slower development. I don't want to give another bone to the Coach Thibs people, but I guess I got to if I want to be fair. Coach Thibs also had a brand new team. We just got Towns that year. We just got Towns right before Media Day. Then like 2 days before Media Day, we got Towns. So Coach Thibs had to deal with some new stuff too, just to be fair. How's it going, June? Talk to me.
Oh, you know my name. What's going on?
I got you locked in, brother. I told you I'm gonna lock you in, man. Let's go.
So here go a theory, right? Would Giannis would have liked playing with Thibs before the season started? We went through this whole coach search, and it just seemed like a lot of people were talking nonsense of what was going on, and I was trying to be confident in what we were doing in our process.
Right.
To have ended up with Mike Brown after that whole search didn't feel like a victory. It felt like a consolation prize for me. It just felt like there was still unfinished business. So, then the full trade rumors come out with Giannis, and then we've heard before that Cat said he didn't know what his role was. You got to put these things together. And it just seemed like to me, maybe, possibly, the idea and the perspective of or prospect of getting Giannis also may have played into that decision at the end of the day.
Okay, good one.
And right now, I do feel like Thibs is the better coach. I feel like this Knicks team takes the identity of people around them, and Mike Brown's identity is a little soft. And I said this before, our team is already soft, to be honest with you. And I'm happy to have Jose Alvarado because he's the type of dude that'll bring an edge. But I'm from the hood, and I went to school outside the hood one time. I got used to fighting in the hood. When I went to school outside the hood, I had these friends that weren't used to fighting. So when I got into a fight, I was dolo. Sometimes it didn't work out in my favor. And I'm afraid that Alvarado, he might have that edge. He's 6'1", man. He comes to the defense of Mitchell Robinson, which is great. But at the same time, he's going to need muscle. At the end of the day, he's little. I know he took that swing of Mark Williams. I give him a lot of respect and props for that. Ain't no doubt about that. But what about if they both threw a punch and one of them landed? Let's say it was Mark Williams. He might, Jose Alvarado punching up at a 6'10" dude, that might hurt him a little. A 6'10" dude punching down on a 6'1" dude, he's much heavier, it's going to have way more of an impact. I need to see the other Knicks responding to this. They need to take the identity of Alvarado and leave back the identity of Mike Brown.
I like that. That's a great point. Got the little dude out there. Nah, I feel you. Even though he's tough, right? We're not taking away his toughness, but why does the little dude got to be the dude to do that? I get it. That's on the money, man.
He assumes the responsibility. He's not scared. That's the thing. Like, he's not going to be like, this is too big of a moment for me because he's ready. And you can see it in him. But sometimes reality will be that moment for you. You can take, like I said, you take a swing at a dude that big, people get in between. If that went on a little longer and he responded, even him missing and hitting you on the top of your head or on your shoulder, it's going to be a different impact,
Yeah, right.
So I'm just saying, like, for me still, I would love to have Sochan because he's a little bit bigger. He has a little bit muscle. And he has that edge too. And, you know, at the end of the day, he got the colored hair like Rodman. Yeah, but we need a little bit different personalities on him because he gets a little too, with the Knicks, I love Jalen Brunson, man. He's my favorite Knick of all time. I'm 45 years old. I've been watching the Knicks since I was a kid. He's my favorite Knick of all time from everything that he's done. But to be honest with you, like you said, I mean, he don't really, you didn't say it like this, but the edge that he has is coming from being competitive, and that's great. I think that we need, because basketball is not just that competitive edge. We all know you need someone to strike fear into people's hearts. And he might do that in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. But for the most of the game, ain't nobody scared of us or nothing we do or nothing we say. It ain't invoking any fear in anybody. At the end of the day, should we? I don't know. Does that fully matter? But you look at the team, like people are scared of Cade Cunningham right now. They're scared of the Pistons. They're scared of Beef Stew. They're scared of Jalen Duren. You know, there's fear coming out in people when they express how they feel about these other teams. And it's not fear with us. It's execution. And that's cool because at the end of the day, we should execute. They should execute their athletes. But it takes more than just that to win an NBA championship.
Man, June, great call. You brought some new elements to the conversation that I don't think nobody considered. I appreciate you, brother. Have a great one, man. Big time.
Peace.
All right. Yo, honestly, he said some good things, man, from the Jose point about him having to take on 7-footers and 6'8" dudes. And, you know, he could get hurt. You know, where is the big guy, the counterpart that with size that can back him up in a case some of these things happen? Because that was Charles Oakley's job. You know, say what you want about Charles Oakley, but Charles Oakley, if he's on the floor, he's going to handle it. And, you know, who else is going to bring that? He thinks Sochan might. And you know what? He might be right. And, hey, maybe the Sochan, maybe I'm looking at Sochan from a scenario where I'm thinking about him playing and his like ball skills and shooting. No, maybe it could just be from a mentality perspective to add toughness to the team. Maybe that could be the case. You know, maybe that's what you need. Maybe Chris Boucher doesn't bring that. You know, maybe he's just another passive guy that's going to go with the flow. And then he brought up the Detroit Pistons in fear. I get what he was saying. I don't think nobody fears Durant, especially after him fighting like this. Yeah, Durant don't want to fight nobody. Nobody's scared of Durant. But yeah, Beef Stew, yeah. Beef Stew, nobody's playing with Beef Stew. But keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. What's good, JJP, NYC, and the place to be? Talk to me, brother.
What's good, man? What's good?
Hey, man. Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking. Talk your talk. Uh-oh. Might have some audio issue. JJP, are you there? You got some bad reception?
Yeah. Am I coming in clear?
You sound all right now, but you cut off last time.
Good. No, I was putting in my other earpiece and it hung up. But
okay,
man.
got it.
Yeah, man, I'm listening to what June is saying, and I feel where he's coming from. Of course, yes, the team does need a enforcer, that type of identity to keep people, to keep the other team honest, to make sure that we don't get messed with. However, we as a team, we've been down that road before. We've been down that road before, man. I'm looking at that Charlotte and Detroit fight the other day, and I'm like, imagine if the Knicks got into something like that. You know, I don't see it, but imagine, like, you know, we did that in '97. We did that in '96. We did that in '95. We did that in '94. You know,
every year.
You know, we had our share of Mad Max types, our stars,
hell yeah,
our Oakleys, our Masons, our whoever. Like
Kurt Thomas.
We're tough. We're all the team within itself, in a basketball sense, is tough. Tough enough to win. Tough enough not to get punked.
Right.
All of that, man. Like, we already went down that road. Man, I don't want another '97, bro. As much as I like to see,
I like that.
As much as I like to see the battles, as much as I like to see the hands swinging, bro. Like, we from Brooklyn, we from 80s, 90s, 70s Brooklyn. I get it. I'm there with you. Fellas, I'm there with you. I get it. However, we can't do that no more, man. This is not how these guys is built these days, man.
It's a new day, right?
It's a new era. It's a new day. It's a new day. I know it looks nice. It looks like, we like that toughness. However, Durant ain't built like that.
Durant ain't built like that. Nobody fighting backing up like this with your hands up. You ain't ready to fight. Yeah, you ain't ready to fight. Don't put your hands on nobody. Come on.
These are AAU guys. This is not like
friends.
Bernard. This is not like Bernard King and his brother, where these dudes, they would come on the court, hit the bottle, play 5, 6, 7 games, smoke cigarettes, in the street doing what you do. Then you get to the NBA. You can't get to the NBA as a wino no more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't do that. So this is a different time, man. All these guys are friends, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all friends. They all AAU buddies. Yeah.
Right. It's not like when your teammates were, before you knew your teammates, they were a name in a magazine or a newspaper article.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's way different.
Or it was folklore. It was hearsay about how good this guy was in North Carolina.
And it was real competition too. Real competition.
Exactly. Meetups, runs.
Yep.
That's how that Rico Hines and all that stuff started back in the day. This is not that no more. This is not that no more. So yeah, I feel you, and I feel him big time. I understand you don't want, as a team, you don't want to get messed with. However, even look at the 90s Chicago Bulls. Those guys used to get scraps, but not like the Knicks and the Heat.
That's true.
Even back then, not like the Knicks and the Heat. All those championship teams. Look at the Houston Rockets. You had one guy who was crazy, Mad Max, and he kept things honest.
Yeah.
I love Mad Max. I love him. Sometimes he was justified. However, we can't do that no more.
Good point.
We cannot do that anymore, bro. Those days are over.
Good point, JJ. Man, I appreciate you the rebuttal, because I was gonna kind of go there, but you stole my thunder. But it's all good. It's all good. Nah, big time salute. I appreciate you, JJP.
Yo, I had a quick question for you about Diouara.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that Diouara deserves more playing time, or do you think bringing him along slowly is what's working for this team? Because he's always in the right spot. That jumper's like butter. That jumper's like, it's not no parquet, it's not no margarine. It's strictly butter, like my man Five Dog said.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think the kid has starter potential, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
I hear you. I get it. Big time. Big time.
I'm gonna hop off.
All right. Salute, JJ. I'm gonna answer your question too.
And big ups to the Fanathon, man. Big ups to this.
Oh yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be crazy. Trust me, it's gonna be spectacular. All right, big time. So I get what he's saying. In terms of should we move Mo Diouara along slowly? I do think that this is slow, because I'm only saying while OG is out, he should start. I'm not saying he should start for the season. I'm saying, okay, no OG Anunoby. I want size on the floor, so I want to start him. I just think it's a better balance. When OG gets back, he can go back to the ninth man role, playing 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever Mike Brown decides that night. So I'm not arguing for him necessarily to be getting 30 minutes or something like that, JJP. I'm just saying when OG's not there, he should get those starts, because you're too small. And that's what killed you in the end. I felt like he should have had more time against that Siakam kid. But we do got a call back. Big time salute to my man Rock. He wants to call back. He said he has to go. By the way, if you guys want to call back, you guys can. Okay? You can send in the donation, and you can get back on the line if you're ever triggered after you call in. All right? Hey, Rock, what's going on, man? Talk to me, man. You said you want to call back. I got you, man. I got the message, man. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to the last caller. I know we had that in the 90s, but You know what? There's nothing wrong with variety, man. I wouldn't mind seeing a little spice of that back. And you know what? I think we all think the same as Knicks fans because I was, I'm wondering like you, yo, are we getting Boucher or what? If not, we're not gonna get Boucher. Let's go after Jeremy Sohan because
Right.
he ain't built soft either.
Right. He
But
ain't built soft. Yeah.
but the thing is, you want to have. I'm not saying we're gonna go down that road all the way, but you still want to be flexible and have that element available. Because let's face it, you got cats like Beef Stew and especially Draymond Green. Even though everyone in the league is friendly, they still use that element of toughness to try to mess with people's head. Like he
Right.
was like Draymond was messing with Cat. So we need
Ah.
somebody to back him down and level that playing field out. And if it get physical, let that person go at it with Draymond or Beef Stew. Whereas if
Right.
anyone gets suspended, let that be a 1-on-1 spot. So if they out of the game, then we could get back to business. Now instead of having them mess with Cat's head all the time throughout the whole game,
Right.
you know.
No.
Um,
No. Great point.
yeah. One more thing, I'm thinking down the line. Let's just say we get Sohan or we get Boucher. Yo, down the line, as far as development, man, Siakam and Mitch is friends. No, no, not Mitch. OG.
OG.
Man,
Yeah.
I would be thinking about say yo OG when if you're gonna go work out in the summer with Siakam, yo take one of these guys along and they'll develop a little faster than you think they're gonna develop.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's just my thoughts on that.
Nah, nah, great point. Great rebuttal. I think see, because what you're saying right now, I'm with you. I'm more of a balanced approach.
Right, you gotta not to say they're gonna be
Yeah,
starting it, but we gonna be there to finish it. And
yeah,
that
like
lays
yeah,
into the flexibility that Mike Brown's bringing in all areas.
right. Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense, man. But I appreciate it, man. If you ain't got nothing else you would like to add, I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
No doubt. Big time salute.
All right.
Big time salute, man. My man Rod said, I got to call back. And that's how the call back got. When somebody says something to trigger you, don't be scared to hit that call back button. I'll get you right back on the line. We got another call. Keep the calls coming, 646-995. We're preparing for the first ever 24-hour live stream. Tomorrow is going down. All right? It's definitely going down. Hey, what's going on? Mellow Mike in the building. You will be rocking out with me
What's up,
tomorrow.
Karan?
What's going on, man? Hey, yo, we talking about a whole lot.
I see. Very good callers. Good calls today, man. Very good
Let's
calls. Everybody's
go.
got great stuff, man, today. Very good.
Great stuff. So where do you stand? Where you want to go? I got a feeling as to where you want to go. Where you want to go with this stuff?
I just want to keep mine short.
Go ahead.
It was pretty much the topic of Mike Brown and Thibodeau.
Yes.
Listen, I think both coaches are great coaches. The thing about Thibs was something just very minor. It was just about not about using the bench, it was about developing the bench. That was
Okay.
his Achilles heel, right? And listen, it was just about giving the team a breather, the starting five, I should say, so that they would be able to perform in the playoffs. And then I would have thought definitely that if he would have done that, the Knicks definitely would have been in the finals. And then you know what? You're playing with house money going into the finals. And I would put my bet with the Knicks because you know what? Um, the Indiana Pacers took them to 7. So why
Yeah.
not us? Is what I'm
Right.
saying. So
Right.
that was pretty much it. It's two different styles. I do have to give the benefit of the doubt to Mike Brown that you have to give him to the end of the year to make an assumption to, grade him as far as what do what do you give him, A, B, or C as far as for the season? But I think up to this point he's done a pretty good job. So it just still remains to be seen. We got new additions with Jose Alvarado on this team. So we're looking forward how he's going to work, the lineup in the minutes, right? With the
Right.
rotation and stuff like that. So, but that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I wanted to clear up with the two coaches. They're two different type of styles, and I definitely appreciated Tibbs's gritty work ethic, 24/7 in that coach's room, working out plays. They say he was like a hermit in a cave, constantly working out, New York, stuff for the team and stuff like that. So he was definitely dedicated. He was just stubborn. That was it. Um, and now we just, have a new coach with a new outlook, and it's unfair to Coach Mike Brown to grade him now, whether he has five more losses or five more losses or five more wins. It doesn't matter. It's a different season, and every team has kind of stacked their teams a little bit differently. Some got better, some maybe stay the same, or some maybe got worse. But for the most part, I feel like the East has gotten stronger, believe it or not, even minus the two All-Stars of Halliburton and Jason Tatum not in the Eastern Conference. I still feel it's a very competitive conference that we play in. So at any given night, anybody could be beaten. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Come on.
No doubt, Mike. Are you ready for tomorrow? We gonna be rocking, brother.
Seconds.
Yeah, man.
Got that
we
8
ready,
PM
man.
spot.
We ready, bro.
Yeah, let's go, man. I can't wait to discuss Westchester with you and more, man. Big time salute, brother.
Absolutely. And salute to the chat and everybody there, man. Have a good day, guys. Take care.
All right. It's Mellow Mike. So we heard two people today that's going to be on the Knicks Fanathon. My man Fritz, NBA Economy. Big time salute to my man Fritz. And also Mellow Mike. He will also be holding me down during the rookie, sophomore channel, whatever the hell they call it. I don't remember what they call it, but we'll be rocking with that. I still didn't even give my real take to the Mike Brown and stuff like that. So before I get this cracker, we got to get the likes up, y'all. Please smash that like button, all right? Because it helps the algorithm to let them know that this show is one of the best shows on YouTube. So we got to continue smashing the like button, man. It's definitely important. And of course, the subscribe count, we on the road to 10K. We listen, man, we got some strong goals. We want to hit that mark tomorrow. I'm prepared to do 24-hour stream. And we know that you guys in the last 28 days have not been subscribed at a 56.6% clip. Help us close the gap. Definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell icon as well. All right. And I'm going to be back with my take because I want you guys I want to build that anticipation for this 24-hour show. So I'll be back and I'm going to give my take on the Mike Brown, Coach Thibs saga. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared. And I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend because they want to also be a part of this history because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. It's going down tomorrow, the 24-hour live stream. Make sure you guys are in the building, okay? Definitely going down. Bam, I'm going to go back into research mode. So when we look at these two coaches, right? So Coach Thibs, he goes back to 1990. So he has about 8 years on Mike Brown in terms of assistant coach experience. Mike Brown, well, Coach Thibs got his start in 2010, 2011 as a head coach. Okay. Mike Brown got his start a little earlier, though, as a head coach. Okay. Now, when you look at their records, right, of course, Coach Thibs has coached more years. Coach Thibs coached 998 games. I think he has the most wins of coaches that's not won a championship. Mike Brown has 489 wins in 813 games. Mike Brown has a slight advantage on the winning percentage. Coach Thibs 57.9 with pretty much his 58%, 60% for. So when you're looking at like wins, I mean, Coach Thibs has more wins. Mike Brown has the better win percentage. To me, none of this sways me in a way to say that one guy is better than the other. Because yes, Mike Brown, he got the Eastern Conference Championship, but he got it with LeBron James. LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all times. I'm pretty sure that Coach Thibs would have got to the finals with LeBron. I don't think that that's enough to put Mike Brown over Coach Thibs. Nor do I think Coach Thibs having more wins last year, nor do I think Coach Thibs having more wins in his career is enough for me to say that, well, Coach Thibs is the better coach between the two of these guys. I think that they're even, if you ask me. Now, if you want to separate them, you may be better to do it by, one, fit for the team, two, their style of coaching. So they have two different styles of coaching. And one thing that we noticed from the New York Knicks and Dolan, because he got on WFAN and he also got on Jalen Brunson Roommates podcast and said some of the similar things. The only thing that he revealed on WFAN that we didn't know was why Thibs was fired, according to him. And so one of the things that he noted strongly was that Coach Thibs wasn't a collaborator. He did not collaborate. And Mike Brown is a collaborator. Okay? So that's why I say for the collaboration, Mike Brown is better. We also can't, to all my Coach Thibs people, while I was riding with you, and I was a huge Coach Thibs supporter last season, I thought he did a really good job. Not a great job, but a really good job. And before I found out the details as to why he was fired, I was like, Coach Thibs should have been here, because it's not just about Coach Thibs' job. Of course, I don't want nobody to lose their job, but it was just about the building something for once. See, one thing about this team, and my one knock, it's not really a knock, but the one thing I always point out with Leon Rose is that we don't build nothing. Every year there's major changes. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing, because if you don't win the championship, then you need to make changes. You lost for a reason. So Leon is trying to make sure that the reasons why we lost, it doesn't happen again. So that's why we make the changes that we make. I get it. It's a very honorable goal. But now you're putting yourself against the 8-ball because you're trying to do something that was never done in history. You're getting a guy, a new coach to come in. You're trying to win the championship. You don't got a superstar in terms of a first team or MVP. Jalen Brunson is a superstar, but I'm talking about he's not a first teamer. He's not an MVP. Those are the requirements to win a championship. And then you're doing it with a new coach. You're making your job a lot harder. That's why I was like, damn, did we really have to fire the guy? But when I read the reports, he had to go. My clear and definitive answer is that they're the same. I don't rate one coach over the other. I don't. I think that they're both good coaches. I would even say they're both really good coaches. They both didn't get over the hump, though. And I'm praying that Mike Brown could get over the hump. But for me, coaching is always secondary. The star player is first. Doesn't matter who the goddamn coach is if LeBron James is on your team. It doesn't matter who the goddamn coach is if Kobe, well, I can't say, well, Kobe only won it with Phil. Okay, all right. You want to go there, but the bottom line is you need those great players to win. It don't matter if it was Shaq. If Shaq didn't just need Phil Jackson to win the championship, right? So the player matters more than the coach. I hate to break it to you. So my focus is we got to get that superstar player, or hopefully hope that Jalen Brunson can get us over the hump. One of the two. Because all coaches pretty much, I mean, some guys can't communicate. Mike Brown might be a better communicator. They got different strengths and weaknesses. Now, Mike Brown's strengths work for the collaboration. Time will tell if it will work for the team. Because I don't know if the collaboration is right for the team in terms of us actually winning a championship. No, we got a good team. We could get possibly to the finals, but will it get us over the top? That remains to be seen. I will be back with another show tonight. I do appreciate you guys' support. And until next time, as always, let's go.